Hey everyone, it's Noah here, and our group will be discussing the similarities between science and religion. Science is the activity of the studying and structure and behavior of the physical and natural world using observations and experiments. Science falls into multiple categories of different studies such as biology, chemistry, anatomy, etc. Religion is a central belief and worship to a superior being or God. Catholicism is a great example, because it also falls into branches of study such as Christology, studying of the Bible, and ecclesiology.
Hello, I'm here with Mr. Silva, asking her a couple of questions about the similarities between science and religion. So question number one, what are your beliefs on the similarities between science and religion?
I believe that science and religion kind of have to go hand in hand. There is no way that they are in opposite corners. They do have to coexist in a way where they one can explain the other one. Science has no explanation for why humans have a soul, but religion does explain that God is the one that gave us our soul.
So question number two, so you say that they can coexist, but do you think that they can coexist without conflict, and if so, why and to what extent?
I think people create conflict. I don't think the conflict comes from either subject by itself. I think it has more to do with people and their interpretation of both science and religion.
And the final question is, why would you think people say that they oppose each other? Like, why do you think that the general person would say that they conflict each other?
I think they say it that way because that's how they were taught. So usually people are taught that science and religion have no place essentially at the same table. So if they're not taught a certain way, or if they're not explained both sides of the story, then they're never going to create that correlation between the two.
Okay.
That's all for today. Thank you.
How do you think science and religion relate in depth?
Well, that's one of those topics that nowadays we shy away from, and as a mistake to shy away from, because if there is a true faculty or academia that can truly relate to each other, is those two, religion and science. In many ways, to understand religion is to understand science. However, the science form that we're looking at is a science that originates from Genesis, with a true understanding of anthropology, what is human, and more specific, Christian anthropology, what is human in relation to God. Science, the deeper we go into science and learn about the principle of causality, which is basically the contingence factor, where we came from, and the more we go, and we get down into the energy and matter. But even matter and energy, or both, there's a potential there, which means there's also something beyond that. And I think that pretty much give an understanding as what Aristotle started with, and Aquinas finished it out, that God comes into a play simply because now we're looking at a substance. In that case, it's not even a thing. It's a sheer act to be, or a sheer act of being, which puts God in a different realm from any other beings, and including a supreme being, because even a supreme being is a being among others. But this depth of going back and back and back in contingency and the cause of things, and even to the Big Bang Theory, we see that there's still some intelligence behind it. So the deeper we go into science, the deeper we understand that there has to be a force, and a force that is not a force, is a force that is personal, just by our own existence. Why do human have to, in order to survive, need to be social? because we're social animal, rational animal. And the difference between us and the beast is the fact that if we have reason and the animals don't. And then as we go into that concept, then we begin to learn more and more about the importance of the incarnation of Christ, through human and through divine. So the book of Genesis, I believe, is the essence to understand science as a whole. There's a great scholars or spiritual fathers in the church that has called Adam the first philosopher and the first scientist. He had to see what was created, and based on an observation, he named the animals by name, and that's a source of introducing philosophy and science in its right perspective. And once we understand that perspective of science into its depth, then we begin to understand there has to be a God, and that God is personal, and that God is loving, and that's where faith plays a role. And I believe that's a missing link today in our society, to understand the true understanding of philosophy and science, so it can lead to faith, can lead to religion, can lead to theology.
Thank you very much.
It's Grant, and I'm back. And I'm about to discuss the similarities between faith and science and faith and religion. So, both relate to faith, as you need faith to have belief that God and Jesus exist, as it is difficult to conceptualize the possibility of miracles and powerful entities in the world without having seen them. Faith is involved in science, since a scientist must have faith in their theories in order to continue to try and prove them correct. Scientists must also have faith that the scientific method works, or else they're going to conflict every one of their ideas. Both science and religion can work together as a single faith, since the more poetic passages in the Bible, or those with debated translations, especially in Genesis, can be seen as reinforcing scientific ideas and vice versa, as new scientific discoveries and biblical narratives have been found time and time again to have clear parallels. The Big Bang, for instance, gives evidence of the Genesis narrative, especially if you put a shorter span to a person. If God sleeps on the last day, then that means that he left the universe alone. It supports the laws of thermodynamics, in which energy cannot be created or destroyed. Modern theories of animal evolution and natural mechanisms are so complex that to many, this points to the idea that there must be a grand architect or a God. The historical narratives in the Bible have also not been contradicted by archaeological findings concerning his existence and analysis of the Bible. So, there you go. There are the similarities between faith in science and faith in religion.
So you now know some reasons as to why science and religion are similar. Both explain the origins of existence, both answer questions that the other can't, and both heavily revolve around passion and having faith. We don't know why we are here. Both science and religion try to explain as well as why here is here. Religious observers need to have faith to believe in their religion. Scientists need to have faith to believe in their abilities and their ideas and their theories. Religion invokes passion into people as they gain a stronger connection to God, as well as they get close to their friends and family when they bond. Science creates passion to improve health and technology. Day-to-day, health and technology are being heavily improved on. Some religious teachings teach how God created the universe. These religions use God's work as a way of representing how the universe came to be. Science generally uses the Big Bang Theory to represent how the universe came to be. A difference like this can cause tension or confusion with people, therefore causing conflict between both topics. However, since science and religion coexist on a daily basis, these are the two most talked about subjects in the entire world, and they can coexist.